Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon White 2. I'm your host, the PokeGamer. In the last episode we started it off by getting our first Pokemon and starting on our journey here in the updated Unova region, basically. So basically what we're going to be doing today is doing what we were trying to do in the last episode, which was delivering this other town map to Hugh, and there's also the fact that we have to deal with Alder because he wants to do something as well. So that'll all be things that we need to do today. We'll also be getting our second team member today, and speaking of second team member, you probably noticed, or barely noticed, or might only notice because I'm about to tell you, game speed has been increased a little bit here. The reason for this is because our next team member can only be found as a 5% encounter. I had already previously tried recording this once, and I got so many lollipops out of that, just so many, and there was just way too many. So basically what we're going to be doing is speeding up the gameplay just so that way it's a little easier. I didn't want to have to re-record this for a third or fourth or fifth or sixth time due to, again, a shitty encounter rate, but the encounter rate is kind of worth it if you find it, because it is, again, just as I said in the first episode, it is one of the best Pokemon to have early game. So it kind of makes choosing Snivy and Tepig kind of obsolete, or something along those lines. The guy over there, you can't really get past him at the moment, and that item you can't get unless it's autumn or winter, I believe. Which, since it's now technically 7/1/2014, the month changes, and therefore the season changes in game, so it's now autumn. We'll go ahead and get that item, obviously, whenever we get done with the Floccesy Ranch. However, that's going to be a little ways off. So second team member can be found in this grass. It is a 5% encounter rate. The first thing that we encountered, if I remember without, being retarded, was a P-Dove. That is also another 5% encounter rate in this area. It is one of the only two in the area that is a 5% encounter rate. And the sad part is I'm going to have to catch a better nature off screen. So, second team member is right in front of us as of right now. Riolu can be found very, very early in the game. I think in this game it had an updated move pool. Some Pokemon did get updated move pools. They have new moves that they can learn at an earlier point. I think Riolu was updated to have Force Palm as of level 12. I think in Black and White 1 and other games it was much later. I don't really remember. I could be wrong, of course, but regardless of the fact, it does get Force Palm at level 12, which is extremely good for the first gym because, as I said in the last episode and spoiled it for everyone, the first gym is a normal type gym. So having Riolu as not only your fighting type, but having a really good, a really solid fighting move early game is just unimaginably ridiculous. So it's a bold nature. Like I said, I'm going to have to get a better nature off screen. Anything that is, Adamant or Jolly will be ideal, of course. Hopefully Jolly, but I'm kind of not, pressing my luck on that. Adamant would be fine though. I think there's a couple other natures that I can settle for as well, but we'll see. I'll have to get really lucky, I guess. But yeah, that's part of the reason why we didn't do this yet either, was because, or we didn't progress to the area until after getting our second team member, is partly because we have a rival fight here. And honestly, I thought I was already at level 9, but I guess not. I wonder if being at level 9 would have meant me outspeeding, but I'm not entirely sure. Oshawott doesn't exactly have the best speed. I don't think it has terrible speed, like something like Torterra or even Embor, but or Embor Tepig. But either way, I don't think that there was even a slight chance of me outspeeding the Snivy, even if I wasn't level 9. Snivy and its entire evolutionary line is decent when it comes to speed. So I mean, I don't know. Like, it's pretty fast, but like stat-wise, it's just not all that great, I guess, is the best way to put that. Okay special attack and speed, but everything else is kind of eh. That's partly why I really want us to get the Contrary Superior, which, would make it at least somewhat playable. It would probably have to be sashed, of course, but I mean, you'd only be able to get in like 2 Leaf Storms or whatever the move is that reduces your special attack partially. So I don't know. But yeah, it's something that I really want released. I'm kind of praying for it in AlphaSapphire and OmegaRuby, but I mean, we can't keep our hopes up, can we? So, oh well, I suppose. I mean, Game Freak or whoever, they decided to screw us out of getting Shadow Tag Chandelure for whatever fucking reason. So I mean, it's not, you know, unlikely that they'll just screw us over out of Contrary Superior too, even though some people have managed to actually use Pokemon Bank to transfer them up, even though they're obviously hacked. Way to go, Game Freak. But yeah, I mean, it's very likely they'll screw us over out of good hidden abilities. Of course, they might actually give us a few new good ones too, but I'm not keeping my hopes up for anything like that. Also, I guess I should mention, earlier when we got that Paralyze Heal, I don't know if I said it or not, but it's a really good item to have. Really well placed item, because in this area, Pokemon that you can find are things like Azurill, Mareep, Psyduck, Pidove, Riolu, Lillipup, and I think there's one other. I'm not entirely sure. I could have just named them all off and been correct and not missed something, but I could have missed something. Either way, Mareep has static, obviously, and usually early game you have tackle and stuff to use. Things also like quick attack if you're training a Riolu in this area or whatever. So I mean, like, having a Paralyze Heal for Mareep is very, very good. But I mean, I actually found myself needing a Paralyze Heal in this episode, so I mean, the Paralyze Heal was not only well placed, but it's something that I was very, very happy to pick up, just because, you know, okay, let's be real, paralysis is one of the most annoying status ailments in the game, speaking of Azurill, by the way, but yeah, paralysis is one of the dumbest, you know, like, status afflictions that you can have in the game, just because of the fact that it just says, oh yeah, we'll just hinder your ability to attack. It's kind of like that Attract status. I mean, imagine like Attract, Confusion, and Paralysis all on a single Pokemon. That would just be pretty stupid. I mean, like, okay, we'll just Thunder Wave, whatever, and then we'll just go, oh, I'll use Swagger, and then I'll use Attract, so that way you just cannot do anything to me at all whatsoever. I mean, it's pretty stupid. I really don't like Paralysis at all. I really don't know. You can't really say that it's the worst, though. I mean, Sleep's still a thing. Freeze was kind of, I think it was, how do I put it? In Nuked, it was, you know, it was significantly reduced in how much of a pain in the ass it was. I don't remember when they made like some of the more drastic changes. I think it was like Generation 4. I'm pretty sure it was Generation 4, where if you use like a fire move, you would thaw yourself out, or if you got hit by a fire move, you would thaw out. Not to mention that you could just start thawing out on your own. I don't remember if that was actually in Generation 3 as well or not, but, you know, like I said, I needed a Paralyze Heal in this episode because I decided to go for Tackle and, you know, get some decent damage, considering I think Kajawat's attack is decent. So I mean, I don't even remember if I said what nature I decided to give it. I reset for a modest nature, so I mean modest this time around instead of going for, you know, something like a mixed set, just because decent special attack. Maybe I should have tried to go for a timid, but soft resetting is just boring, really. The only reason why I soft reset for that Froakie that I got on my Pokemon X back when the game came out was just because I wanted a good nature on it, and I mean, like, I knew I would do. My thought process when I soft reset for that Froakie, I was soft resetting with, you know, the fact in mind that I was probably never going to ever get a starter by a soft reset like that. So I figured, you know, whatever, I'm just going to go for at least a decent nature. I will at least play this game out with a decent nature on my starter, and I ended up getting a decent nature on a shiny, which was kind of hilarious, but I mean, so, I mean, what can you do, I guess, but I mean, modest Oshawott decent. It's good for, you know, the fact that it gets things like Surf, it gets Scald, it gets all kinds of just really stupid things. So I mean, it's just overall decent. I honestly prefer special attacking Samurott sets over the physical, but don't get me wrong, the physical set's good too. I'm roasting, by the way. Let me see here. TV remote, yes, we're doing this on our recording because, you know, and no, I'm not actually going to have the sound on. Apparently it's around 83 degrees right now, GG. But yeah, I'm really kind of roasting here. I think I'm feeling a bead of sweat kind of go down my cheek right now. That's how bad this is. Even though I have the fan on in the background, I'm sure you might have heard a little bit of the breeze over there. I don't know, maybe it's game sound plus me talking constantly is probably muffling it out, which is kind of a good thing, but yeah. Anyways, as I'm sure you saw when we went to go get that item, there's a member of Team Plasma here. Yeah. Most people would probably expect a battle here. Instead, for whatever reason, he decides to throw his frustration out on us, because, you know, whatever, and then he retreats for whatever reason. I could have just been some terrible Pokemon trainer, then he could have, you know, whooped my ass in like 2 seconds, pardon my language, for anyone that's, you know, really young and probably doesn't need to be hearing, you know, foul language, but yeah, kind of just emphasizes the fact that early game, you know, depending on what he could have had, he could have, you know. By the way, the ranch owner is kind of a dick. He just leaves, like it shows him panning out, and they just don't take you at all. They make you literally walk all the way back through potential encounters and all that other crap just to get the hell out, which is kind of stupid. But I don't know why they coded it like that, but yeah, they kind of coded it like that. So, I don't know, maybe there was some significance to it. Anyways, as you can see, it's autumn, so now there's a whole bunch of leaves just lying on the ground. There were similar things to this in Black and White 1, but they took it to another level in this game slightly. They made it so that way like actual land areas were only accessible during certain seasons, things like that. There were some like that in Black and White 1 though. I think there was one like right outside Isurus. There was like a cliff that you could only get to during the winter because of the snow. But yeah, I mean, it allows you to get into certain areas in the game. So, I mean, it's cool that they implemented something, like they took something they already had and they kind of added more to it. However little or however major the change actually was. But yeah, anyways, since we've finally gotten the town map to Hugh and all that other crap, Alder's ready to now kind of train us, or whatever. I mean, as you can probably tell from the left side of the building there was an item. We'll be getting that once we're done in here. So, little under 2 minutes left. We're gonna see if we can kick these two kids, you know, butt, because, you know, he wants us to battle them. Much like how on Route 5 in Black and White 1, we were expected to battle against two kids as well. So, kind of a weird thing that Alder has you battle two kids in both, you know, Black and White and Black and White. Or yeah, Black and White 1 and Black and White 2. So, I mean, first battle, not so difficult. Second battle is a little more difficult, just for the fact that the little girl has a pansage. Pardon my chair. I'm trying to move my pillow that's behind my background because this chair is just unbearable to really sit in. But I mean, I have a desktop computer, so I kind of have to sit at the desk, and I don't know. But I mean, this thing's a bit of a pain in the ass just because, again, you know, type advantages. Even if it doesn't have the grass move, it still resists my best move, so yeah, it's kind of a pain. Whatever, we take care of both trainers in under 2 minutes. Actually, I think it was about a minute, which is pretty fast. I guess I can chalk that up to, you know, speeding up the actual in-game speed, but, I mean, yeah. Anyways, nothing else to really do in here. Alder's kind of almost done. This guy is basically going to just give us a metal case. I don't really know why metals were a thing in here, but yeah, So he also will give you medals throughout the game. He will appear in Pokemon Centers to give you new medals for whatever accomplishments you manage to, you know, finish. And then, you know, you just get some hint medal, or the hint medals kind of tell you, like what accomplishments you can kind of do in order to get them. But they're kind of useless otherwise. The old Global Link, they used to display all of the medals that you used to have, stuff like that, so I mean, but whatever. Anyways, in the next episode, what we're going to be doing is heading back to Esperta City, because I'm sure as you were paying attention, or possibly paying attention to what they were saying, the first gym is in our hometown. Something that's never been done, I think, in any Pokemon game up till now, so, I mean, that's kind of cool. So what we're going to be doing in the next episode is we're going to be heading back to our hometown, possibly taking on the gym. Okay, not possibly, we probably will be. We also have to explore, but yeah, that's the thing as well. So we'll be doing all that in the next episode. So if you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer, signing out.